Welcome back. This will be the last section or lesson in this topic of graphing inequalities in two variables. Basically, you pretend that it's a line and then you shade appropriately. So what if you had the inequality 7x plus 4y less than or equal to x minus 8? So again, this one looks a little weird because you have an x on one side and on the other side, but you treat it the same. You pretend it's an equal sign at first, and you'll move the x's over, isolate and get y by itself, and see where you go. So let's move the 7x over here by subtracting 7x from both sides. So that means you have 4y on the left less than or equal to, and just to make it clear, I'll write it as x minus 7x minus 8. Remember, all we did was subtract 7x from the left, that makes 0. Subtract 7x from the right. This is the same, this is the same, we just subtracted 7x. Now you can see clearly the subtraction is going to be negative 6x. So on the left you have 4y less than or equal to negative 6x minus 8. I just don't want to skip too many steps just to make sure you follow me. Now what we want to do is, let me rewrite this actually to make it a little bit clearer. 4y less than or equal to negative 6x minus 8. How do we isolate y? Well, we have to divide the left by 4, and we're going to divide the entire right-hand side by 4, but since we have two terms separated by a plus or a minus, we can divide this by 4, and we can divide this by 4. So effectively, we're dividing the first term by 4 and the second term by 4, which is totally fine to do, and we've covered that before. So on the left, the 4's go away, and you're left with y less than or equal, and then you have to look term by term. What is 6 divided by 4? All right, you know what, just to make it absolutely clear, what you have here is, let me just rewrite it to make sure. What you have here is going to be negative sign out front, 6/4, let's leave it like that for now, x, and then you have this minus sign 8 over 4, which is minus 2. Then you take a look at this and realize you can simplify 6 over 4. You can divide top and bottom by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So really, y is going to be less than or equal to negative 3/2 x minus 2. Make sure you understand that. Basically, we just divide both sides by 4 and simplify this fraction, giving us this. The negative sign comes along for the ride. Same here. Now you pretend it's an equal sign. This is the y-intercept, negative 2. So we put a dot at negative 2. Now this is rise over run. If it were positive slope, it would be rise 3, run 2. But it's negative. So that means we actually rise downward, 1, 2, 3, over 1, 2, like this. So that means we go 1, 2, 3 down, over 1, 2. Here's the next point in our line. Again, if it were positive slope, we would rise up and then over. So we